Good evening, everybody. Uh, I'm happy that everyone has come here. This is, as Daniel said, this is about Democracy 2.0. This is a book that talks about change. That basically talks about change. It talks about systemic change. How to bring about change, that is the crucial thing, because a lot of people, everybody talks of change. But how to execute that change, how to bring them to reality, that is important. And that needs certain methods. So this book is going to tell all about those methods. If you are talking about, if you are thinking of change, then how to go about that. So this is primarily about three people who are into different professions, who are coming from different professions. One is the first lead character is an IAS topper, is Aditya. He is an IAS topper. So he just after topping that examination, he just walks out of it. He walks out of because of certain things. He realized certain things, and then after he understood the futility of being in that service, because he thought of some plans, and he thought that just in order to execute those things, I will have to walk out of the service. While being in the service, I will not be able to execute those changes. So in order to execute those things, I will have to come out of the service. Then after, I will be able to do all these things. Then the second character is Siddhant. So he's also into Harvard Business School and he's doing very well. He was a prodigious child right since his childhood. But after even he's on verge of completing his course, but in between certain things happen. Certain things happen in his village from where he belongs to originally. Then he thinks that he needs to come back to his village and come back immediately. Because there are a lot of people who try to explain him that you should continue your course, you should continue doing all these things, you should finish doing all these things, and then after you can come back. But he had certain plans, he had certain ideas. So he immediately he just quits his course and come back to his village. The third character is Devanjali. She's into media and she has her own ideas. Right since her childhood, she had certain ideas. She was a very different type of person who used to think differently. So she had her own plans around all these people, around these systemic changes, and so ultimately, to bring things into nutshell, ultimately the three come together, and in course of time they come together and they conceive a plan. They form a secret club, and in that secret club they are able to attract a lot of people from different professions, from different parts of India, and they all conceive a plan. They all conceive to bring systemic changes, and then after, they are finally able to, through their innovative ideas, they are able to execute it finally. So this is the book. It talks about politics, and politics is something which is related to all of us. You know, it is a very vital thing. Nobody can remain aloof from politics. So everybody talks of things. Since politics is politics, and all these things runs in everyone's blood. So what is how it is different? How why Democracy 2.0 is different from the solutions and the things that you all think of? It is different in the approach. Basically, everyone talks of politics, everyone talks of democracy, but while talking of democracy, right from childhood, we have heard that democracy is that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. Everyone says. So that famous quote of this thing means it is of the people, fine. It is for the people, also fine. But by the people. What is the meaning of by the people? So I took this concept from there, by the people. Democracy is by the people. So just by being by the people, it just gives us certain roles, certain responsibilities, or it throws certain responsibilities on us. And in a democracy, citizen has to perform certain roles, it has certain responsibilities, it has rights, but at the same time, the citizens have duties also. So, what are those duties? What are those responsibilities? That is explained in this book. Usually, it is understood that while being a citizen, our role is just to cast our votes. So, casting vote is definitely important, but our this doesn't stop. Our responsibility doesn't stop there. Just we have cast our vote and we have come out, and then after we have forgotten. It's not like that. Our real responsibility starts after that, after we have cast our votes. Then after the real thing begins, then after we have to, and what are those roles and what are those responsibilities? Those things have been described in this book through a very beautiful, enthralling story. And so finally, after this everything, this book is also important because it talks of certain innovative ideas, certain new ideas, which have so far not been discussed. So one of those ideas is citizen credit. To begin with, I would like to talk something about on citizen credit. Citizen credit is something which is it is an you must have must have heard about carbon credits. So carbon credit is a term which is used in environmental and ecosystem. So in the same way, citizen credit, it's we have seen that there are a lot of we have come across cases where people are nowadays they are not doing good things. Means somebody is passing on the road and somebody comes across some accident. Then what happens? Usually, it is our responsibility to help that person out, but usually we don't pay attention to it, we just pass by. But I have seen that there are people who are doing good work. There was a flood in Uttarakhand just before this Kashmir flood. It was 1.5 months back or something. A woman was trapped in the middle of the stream. The river was surging, and a woman was trapped in the middle of that. And nobody was having the courage to reach to that woman and to save her. But there was a man, there was a young boy of 22, 23 something. He just crossed that stream, went to that woman, and struggled for 3 to 4 hours and took that woman out. So it happened. So people are there, people like them are there, but what we do to heroes like them, they are heroes. They are the real heroes. Means heroes. Bollywood makes us believe that heroes lie in cinemas, but real heroes don't lie in cinema. Real heroes lie outside of it. They lie in our society. The only thing is to identify them and to reward them. We can. We have a lot of good people. We have a lot of good Samaritans who are doing good works, but they are not being rewarded. So, citizen credit. It is a concept in which for all the good works that a citizen does, there should be some system of giving credit, some system of giving credit to that person, and through earning that citizen credit, lot of things can be done. He can be helped out. Means the state, the government. It should be a mechanism that should be given from the side of the government. And government, on the basis of the citizen credit that individual has earned, it can be utilized in various ways. Like while somebody applies for government job, it can be checked how many citizen credit he has earned. So when given lots of benefits like this, we can we can use citizen credit, and we can just apply all these things in. So the idea is that through the use of concepts and ideas like citizen credit, we can make social service an act of competitive generosity. Everybody will try to outbid others in doing good works, because by doing good works they are getting rewarded. They will be getting credits, and through that credits, that credit can be given a lot of by the government. Government can give them a lot of benefits also. So these are some of the concepts which I have described in this book. So citizen credit is there. Then after this, gross talent product is there. So a lot of some innovative ideas are also there. Because of that, I consider this book very important to everybody, and everybody should at least once read this book, and then after at least it will change the way you look at democracy. So this is one book which is going to change the way you look at democracy. So that's, I think it is very important for all of us, for all the readers, for all these Mumbaikars also, to at least go once to Democracy 2.0. And yes, of course, the last thing I would like to say, 2.0, what is 2.0? 2.0 is, this talks about version. So actually I have borrowed this concept from software industry. In software industry, there is a practice of versions 2.0, 4.0, 3.0 like this. So I have tried to put this point across that the democracy that we are following, the democracy that was established in after 1947 through our constitution in 1950. So that democracy was designed according to the circumstances that prevailed during independence or after independence. But now situations have totally changed. So in accordance with, just in order to keep it in tune with the times, certain changes are required. Certain changes are required in democracy, in the polity, and that thing is not reflecting in our present system, in the present government that we are having. So democracy is fine. I'm not against democracy. I'm not saying that democracy should be changed, or the kind of democracy I'm talking about is entirely different. No, it is just an improved version. It is just an improvement over that. So this is the whole idea about democracy 2.0.